Flash and Edge go. Back to the future. The world has Jonathan Gay to thank for bringing us Flash. Jonathan learned his programming skills early on, whetting his teeth and gaining attention for himself via game creations such as Airborne and, most notably, Dark Classic. Great game. But it was one of his early creations that eventually came back to spawn something truly impressive. His science fair winning program, Super Paint. Now graduated from college, Jonathan went to work first for Silicon Beach Software, then later for himself, creating several versions of drawing programs before eventually turning his programs designed for animations for use for the web. Future Splash Animator was gaining in popularity much thanks to Microsoft and Disney. And soon after, Jonathan was approached by Macromedia to sell. Macromedia changed the name to Flash, the name it remained even after its acquisition years later by Adobe. Jonathan Gay once compared his method of programming to that of creating something with Legos. He had a useful acronym for it, a simple one, as you see here, called SDBFertural. Never mind. Currently, Adobe's Flash Player allows content to reach over 1 million devices.
That's billion. Billion.
1 billion devices. And twice that number still with concern to devices using Adobe Air, i.e. mobile applications and mobile devices. Just to put it into perspective, Texas has a population of over 27 million. That's the equivalent of Adobe Flash's reach, content-wise, to roughly 70 Texases. Now, that's big, even for Texas. By contrast, the newcomer to the animating program world is Adobe's own Adobe Edge Animate. Lacking many of the drawing tools of Flash, Edge is designed to create animations with JavaScript, CSS, and HTML5 as opposed to Flash's ActionScript. With Apple no longer supporting Flash Player on their mobile devices, an alternative solution may be necessary to keep Flash-style animations easily viewable on the web. Here's where Edge, well, gets the edge. While what Edge does can be accomplished by writing in Java, it allows for an easy interface for web and app designers to create with JavaScript without having to know the language. Is Edge limited by its lack of tools when compared with Flash? Yes, but Edge is still new, and I would not be surprised to see that change over the course of the coming versions. So, Apple puts the hate on Adobe Flash, and Adobe gets around that by creating a program that, well, gets around Apple's crapple. So, tell me, Matt, how do you like them apples? That's good. Now, let's say you have both these programs. Now what? How do they work? How do you use them? What do I do? What's this button for? Well, fear not. There are a wealth of tutorials out there for either program, and many of which are free. Adobe itself is a great resource. The Help button located at the top left of the menu in any Adobe program will take you to a searchable help area where you can find answers and tutorials covering your specific question. Not good enough? YouTube hosts a bajillion, 1 million, no, a bajillion videos that cover just about anything you can think of and a few things you don't want to, tutorial-wise from various people all over the web trying to help you out in learning Animate, that's Edge Animate, or Flash. These sites were both created via Wix, a completely Flash-based website building toolbox. This first site was designed by me some time ago for my production company iNHaleFilm. However, I've done little to update it in well over a year. As is typical with a 100% Flash-based site, there are times when it is slow to load by comparison to others, less visually intensive sites. but the results, by comparison, are stunning. For example, in this second site, taggalaxy.com, which is little more than a photo search engine, the designer used Flash to set up the interface for the search in a manner that emulates a trek through the universe. Hours could easily be lost just doing searches on this site due to the creative interface. This site, while kept very simple intentionally by the creator, was created with Adobe Edge. Viewing the page element, I found numerous uses of JavaScript that, as well as the creator's own admission, made it clear that the site was Edge created. So, in the end, which is going to be the better program? Which is going to end up top dog? Well, depends on your needs, and I suppose we'll really just have to wait and see. Or that, or if you have a time-traveling DeLorean, I suppose that would work.